Yeah, I failed in the semester exams. Yeah, it was a setback, and plus I could not muster the courage to tell it to my father. It should have been the time where I should have been working and earning and giving it back to parents, but I am rather still taking only. In coaching, salary is generally per hour basis, so there is a certain amount which is paid for every hour that you teach. So I used to teach for 8 to 10 hours a day. A lecture is for 2 hours, so five lectures a day. I'll not close the amount, but I was the highest paid. Because of that, I got 200 out of 275 in UPSC interview, which was one of the highest that year.
Means a plan B is very necessary for a UPSC aspirant, because that gives you a lot of confidence to fall back upon. कि अगर नहीं हुआ तो कम से कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, कम से कम एक दूसरी जॉब तो है.
He had more confidence in me than I had. So I was certain that means clear नहीं होगा, और नहीं हुआ. But जब marks आए, after vacancy is over, UPSC discloses marks.
Yeah.
So I saw that I missed by 10 marks only. So at the time of valediction of senior batch, I performed a kavali with my batchmates, and that was a huge hit.
Welcome again to Indian Mastermind Show. Today we are talking to 2016 batch IRS officer Mr. Ashok Charan. He is Deputy Director of Income Tax Investigations Wing in Jaipur. He has been a meritorious student. उनके साथ बहुत ढेर सारे अप्स एंड डाउन्स हुए हैं, उनके करियर में भी, उनके स्टडीज़ में भी. तो हमने पिछले एपिसोड में उनसे बात की थी कि उन्होंने ऐसा क्या किया जिसके बारे में उनको फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर का अवार्ड ऑफ एक्सीलेंस मिला. तो इस एपिसोड में हम उनसे बात करेंगे उनके पर्सनल लाइफ के बारे में, एज अ स्टूडेंट, एज अ इनकम टैक्स ऑफिसर. वेरी वार्म वेलकम टू यू मिस्टर अशोक शर्मा.
थैंक यू शरद जी.
क्या आप शुरू से ही इतने मेरिटोरियस स्टूडेंट थे कि आप बिल्कुल पहली बार में यूपीएससी में आ गए? कैसा रहा?
हाँ, आई विल से दैट एजुकेशन वाज ऑल राइट टिल द टाइम आई वाज इन कॉलेज. 10th 12th अच्छा एकेडमिक्स था.
आपने कहाँ से किया?
Till 10th I studied in Jaisalmer, my hometown.
जी.
And after 10th I moved to Kota to prepare for JEE.
Okay.
So in JEE exam I had lower rank. I chose Rajiv Gandhi Institute of Petroleum Technology, Rai Bareli. I went to the college, and during the college I lost my mother, so after that I was a little disturbed and I got an year back. Yeah, I failed in the semester exams. Yeah, it was a setback, and plus I could not muster the courage to tell it to my father, so I managed it on my own. So till 4 years, till 2012 I was supposed to be in the college only. So till then there was no problem, but once my original batch graduated, I still had to be there for one more year. So that
you had to disclose it to your parents?
No, I didn't disclose it then also. There is a very dear friend of mine, Sunil Hudda. He used to give me pocket money, and he used to give my college fees. And my father was not aware that I am still studying. I told him that I have gotten a job in Mumbai, the company where I went for internship after the 3rd year. It was the paid internship. They selected only 2 students, so 17,000 rupees a month they used to give. So 2 months I was in Mumbai, and then I had to come back to college to finish my final year. So I told father that I have been recruited in that company and they are paying me 17,000 rupees a month. So for 1 year they'll train me. So they are training in my college only, because this is for petroleum, there is not much training infrastructure is there in the company, so they have tied up with my college only. So I'll be training in Rai Bareli now. So with that pretext I was completing my 5th year. So I with this setback I started working hard, and luckily I was able to get 9+ in both the last semesters.
Nice. Very nice.
But still I could not get any job from the college, because with year back tag, nobody wanted to recruit. So after the college was over, I was through a lot of mental stress because my family didn't know, my father didn't know. I was looking for jobs and not getting it. So it was very stressful. So one fine day I chose that I'll not suffer anymore. I'll tell it to my father. So I mustered the courage and told him. He got few
on
years.
Phone or
On phone.
On phone.
I was still in college only. 1 month was left. So he got furious and he didn't speak to me for 2 months. And after the college was over, I went to Mumbai. My college batchmates were staying there. I stayed with them. I studied physics and gave demo lectures at few coaching institutes to become a faculty to teach JEE students. But I was not successful. So by then, my younger brother had come to Jaipur to prepare for state civil services. So then he advised me that you also come here. Don't wander here and there for job. Just study. You're a good student. With 1 year of preparation, you will be able to clear the exam. So don't इधर उधर भटकने की जरूरत नहीं है. यहाँ पे आ जाओ, दोनों मिल के तैयारी करेंगे.
मुंबई से आप जयपुर आ गए.
So I came to Jaipur. I joined Springboard Academy. RAS, राजस्थान एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव सर्विसेज, स्टेट सिविल सर्विसेज का जो बैच था उसमें.
तो आप RAS की तैयारी कर रहे थे.
हाँ, I came to prepare for ईयर बैक वाला स्टूडेंट UPSC ड्रीम नहीं करेगा कि ठीक है, वॉट एवर इज लेस डिफिकल्ट, लेट्स गो फॉर दैट.
लो हैंगिंग फ्रूट.
सो RAS की प्रिपरेशन स्टार्ट करी और विद दैट आई वॉज सिंसियर. माई ब्रदर इज ऑल्सो वेरी सिंसियर. सो staying with him, I prepared nicely. So once the coaching was over in a year, the director of the coaching, Dilip Mahecha sir, Dilip sir noticed me in the class because I was in debates and
yeah,
everything.
and then you already had 9 point something in your as your CGPA
in the final semester.
Yeah,
the cumulative was 7.
Sir, this was something like 5 point something story की वो जो 3 idiots की story है.
No, in college there was a semester where my SGPI, semester grade point index, was 0. And
because you did not give the exam because of your mother's death.
I gave exam but I failed.
Oh.
So there was a semester where I was 0 and there was a semester where I was 9 plus. So and almost topper in, there were 5 subjects. In 2-3 I was topper. So in college also there is something I always thought that people in college are thinking that I'm not good enough.
तो सर ये जो फिल्म आई थी 3 इडियट्स, उसके आने के 5 साल के बाद भी लोगों की थिंकिंग नहीं बदली कि साहब ये जो बंदा 9 पॉइंट समथिंग लेके आ रहा है फाइनल सेमेस्टर्स में, और भले ही उसका पीछे कुछ भी सेटबैक रहा हो, तो उसको एक चांस तो मिलना चाहिए.
Yeah, I was not happy with the system that not getting a job just because I failed once in the college. So, but that's how it was.
जब आप जयपुर में आए, RAS की तैयारी, राजस्थान एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव सर्विसेज के लिए तैयारी शुरू की, तो did you qualify for RAS or did you appear for UPSC directly? Not for
So
RAS.
after the coaching was over, I was feeling bad that now it should have been the time where I should have been working and earning and giving it back to parents, but I am rather still taking only. So I wanted to become financially independent. So I applied in JNU for PhD. I gave the exam.
International affairs?
No, in studies in environmental science.
Right.
So I gave the exam and I was able to clear it. So I was offered a PhD course in JNU where they would pay stipend of 25,000 rupees a month.
Mm-hmm.
So I met Dilip sir and told him that now I'll be going to Delhi, so that I don't have to, coaching is over, I just have to revise notes. I'll keep on preparing, but I'll stay in JNU because I'll be getting 25,000 rupees a month. So then Dilip sir told me that पैसे के लिए दिल्ली जा रहा है? हाँ सर, PhD तो करनी नहीं है. So then he said that we don't have faculty for international relations.
Oh.
So would you be able to teach? I love teaching. I told him, yeah, I will. Then he said, then prepare the content for 10 days and tell me when you're ready for first lecture. So for 10 days, I prepared the content of around 8-10 lectures and told him that I am ready. So he got me to teach in a batch, huge batch, 200-250 students. And
was there a stage fright कि 200-250 बच्चों के सामने एकदम से जिनके साथ आप बैठ के पढ़ते थे अब उन्हीं को पढ़ा रहे हैं?
No, I am comfortable in
public speaking.
on stage in public speaking. So the stress was not of stage. The stress was whether students will like me or not.
The content or
the way I teach.
Okay.
So then after I started, after 2-3 lectures, Dilip sir told me that students are really happy and you are becoming their favorite. So then after 1 month, the faculty who was teaching geography got selected in UPSC. So he asked me, will you be able to teach geography also? I said, yes, no problem. Geography content was also ready. I didn't have to prepare the content.
And what was the salary like?
Salary was per hour basis.
Okay.
In coaching, salary is generally per hour basis. So there is a certain amount which is paid for every hour that you teach. So I used to teach for 8 to 10 hours a day. A lecture is for 2 hours. So five lectures a day. So I'll not
disclose
the amount, but I was the highest paid.
Means were you getting paid more than what you were getting as a stipend in JNU? Or?
Way more. I was able to clear my college loan within a few months, and then I started giving it to my family, and yeah, everything was good, and that's how
you were also rehearsing your content.
Yeah, I was
for UPSC.
I was preparing also, and good thing was that whatever I was teaching was part of my curriculum also, syllabus. Part of syllabus also.
तो यही कहते हैं कि दूसरे को पढ़ाने से ज्यादा अच्छा रिवीजन कुछ दूसरा होता नहीं है.
हाँ, तो इसीलिए और विद टीचिंग वो स्किल भी डेवलप हुआ ग्रेजुअली, हाउ टू कन्वे whatever you want to convey in the best manner in the shortest possible words. So because of that, I got 200 out of 275 in UPSC interview, which was one of the highest that year.
Because you had grown into confidence.
I would say so. I was confident and I was not under any stress. One reason was that I was earning good. There was no pressure of
financial
service.
pressures नहीं थे कि सब कमाना है.
Even if I don't get through, I love teaching and I am doing this, and I can imagine myself doing it for the rest of my life.
So that means a plan B is very necessary for a UPSC aspirant, because that gives you a lot of confidence to fall back upon. कि अगर नहीं हुआ तो कम से कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, कम से कम एक दूसरी जॉब तो है.
Yeah, that is preferable, but that does not mean that you must have it. I also didn't plan it. It just happened. Came along, and I was fortunate enough to have Dilip sir in my life. So it just came along. So that reduced the stress.
First attempt में ही हो गया था?
So I was preparing for RAS. RAS का 2013 का वैकेंसी जो था उसका प्रीलिम्स हुआ. प्रीलिम्स I cleared. उसके बाद में पेपर लीक और समथिंग, प्रीलिम्स got cancelled. And आगे के प्रीलिम्स की डेट भी नहीं आई. तो then Dilip sir asked me कि RAS में तो ऐसे ही चलेगा, ये वैकेंसी ही 4-5 साल में ख़त्म होगी, देयर इज़ नो पॉइंट, गो फॉर UPSC. He had more confidence in me than I myself had, so he asked me, go for UPSC, RAS को भूल जा. I was not confident that UPSC हो जाएगा, कि RPSC वाला ठीक है, I'll do it. But he insisted and I applied.
People say that you know your limitations and your capabilities, but there are the coaches, they know more about your capabilities and
yeah, absolutely true in my case. I was underestimating and sir was confident, and I used to wonder what does he see that he is so confident. So I then decided to fill the form for UPSC, but I was confused. In RAS at that time there was no optional. Still there isn't any optional. So, and I had not prepared any optional. So I asked sir कि optional क्या भरूँ इसमें, because I was teaching international relations. I had filled political science and international relations. I told sir कि फॉर्म भर दिया है और PSIR optional डाला है. तो सर ने बोला कि दोबारा फॉर्म भर और ये ऑप्शनल नहीं लेना है, इसमें रिस्क ज़्यादा है कि मार्क्स कम आए तो बहुत कम आ जाएंगे. हिस्ट्री इज़ अ कंसिस्टेंट सब्जेक्ट और मैंने GS में जो हिस्ट्री पढ़ाया है ऑप्शनल में भी वही है, तो मेरे नोट्स याद है हिस्ट्री के, हाँ वो तो याद है, तो बस वही ऑप्शनल भी है. तो आई फिल्ड द फॉर्म अगेन. तो लास्ट फॉर्म आप जो भरते हैं वो वैलिड होता है, तो उसमें हिस्ट्री लिया और कैजुअली ही प्रीलिम्स में कोई इशू नहीं था, हो गया. मेंस हुआ दिसंबर 2015. मेंस में आई वाज नॉट होपिंग टू गेट एनी गुड थिंग आउट ऑफ दैट, कि ठीक है एग्ज़ाम देते हैं जब तक RAS का नहीं होता है. तो आई वॉज सर्टेन दैट मेंस क्लियर नहीं होगा, बट और नहीं हुआ. बट जब मार्क्स आए, आफ्टर वैकेंसी इज ओवर, UPSC डिस्क्लोजेज मार्क्स, तो आई सॉ दैट आई मिस्ड बाय 10 marks only. Then I felt that whatever I have done is right, इतना ही चाहिए UPSC में. I used to write 5-6 pages daily, so my writing skills were fairly good. So that's what got me so much marks in the first attempt, which built my confidence. So the only 10 marks say I missed.
कह सकते हैं कि by few centimeters you missed the gold medal.
Yeah, so then I became serious and I decided that now I'll not give RAS, I'll give UPSC only. And in history optional, in paper 1 I got 50 out of 250 only, because there is one question in history, first question, which is map question. On India's map 20 locations are there, and for each location there is a hint given. You have to identify that historical site and write 30 words about that. Okay. So that part I had not prepared at all, because it was not part of general studies history. So that part is very objective type. There are only 450-500 locations. You memorize them and that 50 marks is certain. So then I realized that बस ये 50 marks next attempt में लाने हैं and I'll clear. And that's exactly what I did. I prepared maps अच्छे से, and my marks in both the attempts were more or less same everywhere, except in the first paper of history, where I scored 105
out of 250.
Out of 250. So my mains was cleared and interviews date was 24th April. Meanwhile, my RAS mains was scheduled on 9th and 10th April 2016.
And the UPSC interview was?
24th April.
Okay, very close.
So I chose not to appear for RAS ka mains.
Oh.
And
lot of risk.
Yeah, the thought process was that now, even if I don't clear it this year, I'll appear again. And even if I don't clear in all my attempts, I'll continue teaching. So RAS I didn't appear,
because that could have be a diversionary thing, and that would have affected your UPSC interview.
Yeah,
potential.
and UPSC interview also, the only preparation I did was to because you don't see many petroleum engineering students appearing for interview. So I imagined that the board will be curious to know about petroleum, and at that time crude oil prices were at the rock bottom, and there was a lot of international politics about crude oil. So I was teaching international relations also, and I was petroleum engineering. So I expected that my interview would either be about petroleum and energy sector or about Jaisalmer, and because you don't see many students from Jaisalmer appearing. So luckily my interview was about petroleum, CNG, LPG, and this crude oil geopolitics and everything. So it went on for half an hour. I was able to do good in that and rewarded accordingly. So I got through, and I got IRS IT as service, and then I chose not to appear again, because after getting the service I did the homework. At that time I didn't know what is the work profile of IAS, IPS, IRS IT, customs. But once I got to know about
IRS job is good enough and you'll enjoy it.
Yeah, after I got to know about the work profile and everything, it was very suitable to me, the kind of person I am. I want weekends free. I don't want to meet too many people. I don't want unnecessary interferences in the work I do. So it suited my personality.
Kind of a low profile life.
Investigation and detective wala, and
that is analytical.
That appeals to me. So I chose not to appear again, and I can say with utmost conviction that I love this service, and had given an opportunity, I would choose it again and again.
So, what a nice thought. What a nice thought. So now let me come to your training. So from Lavasna, you went to
National Academy of Direct Taxes, Nagpur.
NADT. So any particular incident in Lavasna or in NADT?
Yeah, Lavasna, I'll share an incident. I was allotted Happy Valley Guest House, room number 111, and there was a lecture by Mrs. Kiran Bedi.
Oh.
So after the lecture was over, there was a high tea. So I didn't stay in the high tea and came to my room. So Kiran Bedi wanted to see the hostels where officer trainees were staying. So with the director and our course coordinator, they all came in the corridor. All the rooms were locked because all the officer trainees were in the high tea.
You were the only one.
Only my room was open. So they suddenly enter, and the room was a mess. It was a mess because my room was a meeting point for all the like-minded people. So it was giving very party vibe. As soon as our course coordinator opened the door, she was almost scandalized and immediately closed the door. And in the rush, I could grab a towel, so I dropped the towel on the table to hide most of the content. But it was
a futile attempt.
It was a futile attempt, and then
Miss Kiran Bedi came.
Then Mrs. Kiran Bedi was generous enough to I know training is where you can
chill out.
So then she called me out. We had a group photograph, everybody, and a nice interaction also I had with her for 5 minutes, and then that group photograph was displayed on all the TVs in the campus for 1 week, and the story was known to everybody.
So did you ever interact with Mrs. Kiran Bedi after that?
No, I have not gotten an opportunity. And after Labasna, we went to Nagpur, and in Nagpur, At the time of valediction of our senior batch, because training is for 16 months.
Yeah.
So 4 months, senior batch stays, 2 batches are there.
Yeah.
So at the time of valediction of senior batch, I performed a Qawwali with my batchmates, and that was a huge hit.
Yeah, that brings me to your hobby of singing. I suppose you are too fond of singing.
I am an amateur singer. I am not trained, but I like singing, and
You are in sports also.
I am part of Rajasthan IRS cricket team.
Before we wind up this interview, can you please, anything of your choice, can you just render two lines?
Certainly.
Yes, just to showcase your singing skills.
Yeah, sure. प्रीत की लत मोहे ऐसी लागी, हो गई मैं मतवारी, बल बल जाऊं अपने पिया को, हे मैं जाऊं वारी वारी, मोह सुध बुध नाय रही तन मन की, ये तो जाने दुनिया सारी, बेबस और लाचार फिरूं मैं, हारी मैं दिल हारी, हारी मैं दिल हारी.
Very nice. Very nice.
Thank you.
So, what is one message you like to give to the UPSC aspirants?
Always believe that you are the best. Have confidence in yourself, and that confidence should be well founded in the manner that we should put in our 100% in the preparation. Everybody knows what is to be done in preparation. We should be honest with ourselves and do those objectives of the preparation, and then be very confident in ourselves that yes, I am the best and there is nobody who is better, because I have done what is required and now I will make it. Plus, you don't need to torture yourself for preparation. You just be honest with yourselves and complete your daily goals. Keep small daily goals, accomplish those, and be happy. Entertain yourselves, listen to music, go to movies, be in relationships. Just be honest to your goal and your objectives, and have confidence in yourself. And with preparation, confidence comes. And one more thing I'll say, it's not about people say I got unlucky, and it's not about luck also. Once you have done the hard work is the basic minimum requirement. Once you have worked hard enough, then only Kismat comes in play. If your hard work is not complete, Kismat cannot get you anything. So after hard work part is over, then Kismat comes in picture. So hard work part is the primary thing.
Thank you, sir.